Hey everyone, how's it going? Have you ever stopped to think about how amazing it would be to have a manual for life? Something that could help you deal with all the pain, fears, and anxieties we face every day? Well, believe it or not, that manual exists. And guess what? It's Spiritism. Listen up, folks. Spiritism isn't just about mediums communicating with spirits. It goes way beyond that. It's a philosophy of life that can completely transform how you see the world and handle your problems. Just imagine being able to find that inner peace we're all searching for, even amidst the chaos of modern life. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's possible. In this video, I'm going to share how Spiritism can be the compass that guides us toward the long-desired inner peace. But before we dive in, I want to ask you for a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment below telling me what you're expecting from this conversation. Ready? Let's go. All right, everyone, let's start at the beginning. What exactly is Spiritism? A lot of people think it's just a bunch of folks sitting around a table trying to talk to ghosts. But hold up, it's way deeper than that. Spiritism is a philosophical, scientific, and religious doctrine that originated in 19th century France, thanks to the work of educator Allan Kardec. He compiled a series of teachings communicated by evolved spirits and created the 5 fundamental books of Spiritism. But don't worry, you don't need to run to the bookstore just yet. Here's the main thing I want you to understand. Spiritism teaches us that we are more than just physical bodies. We are immortal spirits in constant evolution. Think about it. How many times have you asked yourself, why am I here? Or what's the purpose of life? Well, Spiritism helps us find those answers. According to the Spiritist doctrine, we're here on Earth to evolve, to learn important lessons, and to become better beings. It's like life is one big school, and every experience, whether good or bad, is just another lesson. Makes sense, right? But how does this help us find inner peace? Well, once you start seeing life from this perspective, everything changes. That stressful problem at work that's driving you crazy? It might be an opportunity to develop patience. The end of that relationship that broke your heart? Maybe it's a chance to learn how to love in a more mature way. Spiritism teaches us to find meaning in everything that happens. Nothing is random. Everything has a greater purpose for our spiritual growth. And when we understand this, it becomes much easier to accept life's challenges without losing inner peace. Here's something interesting. Imagine your life is like a giant puzzle. Sometimes we get frustrated because we can't seem to fit a piece. But Spiritism shows us that every piece has its place and its perfect moment to fall into place. Isn't that liberating? Now, I want you to take a moment and reflect. How would your life be if you could see a purpose behind everything that happens? How would you handle problems if you knew they were opportunities for growth? Think about it, and if you want, share your thoughts in the comments. I'm super curious to hear what you think. In the next part, we're going to dive into one of the most fascinating concepts of Spiritism, reincarnation. But before we do, if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and allows more people to access this transformative knowledge. Ready for the next block? Let's go. Hey, everyone. Are you ready to dive into one of the most incredible concepts in Spiritism? Let's talk about reincarnation. But hold on, it's not that, oh, in my past life I was Cleopatra type of story. It's way deeper and more fascinating than that. In Spiritism, reincarnation is seen as a natural and necessary process for the evolution of the spirit. It's like going to school. You don't learn everything in one grade, right? You need to go through multiple stages, several years, to absorb all the knowledge. It's the same with our soul. Think of reincarnation as a series of opportunities the universe gives us to learn, grow, and become better beings. Each life is like a new chapter in an immense book, and we're the authors of that story. So, how does this help in the search for inner peace? Well, once we understand that life doesn't end here, that we have infinite chances to get things right, to learn, to evolve, it takes a huge weight off our shoulders. That pressure of, I need to accomplish everything in this life, eases, and we can finally breathe more freely. Moreover, the idea of reincarnation helps us deal better with loss. You know that pain of losing someone we love? It still hurts, of course, But when we understand that death is just a transition, that we will reunite with our loved ones in future lives or in the spiritual realm, it brings immense comfort to the heart. Another important point: reincarnation helps us understand the differences between people better. Why are some born into privileged situations while others face difficult conditions? Spiritism explains that it's related to the experiences each spirit needs to go through in order to evolve. It's not punishment or reward. It's all about learning. Here's a cool way to think about it. Imagine life is like a massive RPG, role-playing game. In each level, or each life, you have different missions, different skills, and different challenges. The ultimate goal is always to evolve, but the journey is unique for everyone. Pretty awesome, right? Now, here's a challenge for you. Think about a difficult situation you're currently facing. How would it look if you viewed it through the lens of reincarnation? How might this situation be helping you evolve as a spirit? Take a moment to reflect on that, and if you feel like it, share your thoughts in the comments. I love reading what you guys think. The concept of reincarnation also brings greater responsibility to our actions. After all, if everything we do has consequences that could stretch beyond this life, we start thinking twice before acting, right? This brings us to the next topic we're going to cover: the law of cause and effect, or as it's more commonly known in Spiritism, the law of karma. But before we get into that, I want to thank everyone who's been following along. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. You might just help someone find a little more inner peace with these reflections. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the time. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. In the next block, we'll unravel the mysteries of karma. Get ready. It's going to be good. Let's continue our journey toward inner peace with a super important concept in Spiritism: the law of cause and effect, also known as the law of karma. But wait, it's not that eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth idea that many people think. It's something much deeper and more liberating. In Spiritism, the law of cause and effect is like a universal law of balance. To put it simply, everything we do, think, or feel generates a consequence. It's like life is one big mirror, reflecting back to us everything we put out into the world. Make sense? But here's the key. This isn't some system of punishment or reward. It's a natural mechanism for learning and evolving. Think about it. When you put your hand in the fire and get burned, you learn not to do it again, right? Karma works in a similar way, just on a deeper level and across multiple lifetimes. So how does this help in the search for inner peace? First, it helps us understand that nothing in life is unfair or random. That tough situation you're going through, it could be the result of past actions, but it's also an opportunity for learning and growth. Second, it gives us a sense of control over our lives. If we understand that today's actions shape our future, we start making more conscious choices. It's like being the scriptwriter of our own life. Here's a practical example. Imagine you're always complaining about life, constantly focusing on the negative. According to the law of karma, that negativity is going to attract more of the same into your life. But if you change your attitude, start being more grateful and positive, you'll gradually attract better things. It's like a boomerang. What you throw out comes back to you. Here's a cool way to think about it. The law of karma is like a cosmic rewards program. Every good action you do is like earning points. Over time, those points turn into positive experiences and opportunities for growth. Pretty awesome, right? But here's the catch. This doesn't mean we should do good expecting a reward. Spiritism teaches us that we should do good for the sake of doing good, from the heart. Inner peace comes when we act with love and compassion, expecting nothing in return. Now, let me give you something to reflect on. Think of a recurring situation in your life, something that always seems to challenge you. How might your past actions have contributed to that? And more importantly, what can you do from now on to change that pattern? Take some time to think about it, and if you feel like it, share your thoughts in the comments. I love seeing you all reflect and share experiences. Understanding the law of cause and effect also helps us build more empathy. After all, if everything has a reason, we stop judging others and start trying to understand what led someone to act a certain way. And this leads us to the next topic: how Spiritism teaches us to deal with others and navigate our relationships. But before we dive into that incredible topic, I want to remind you, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to give it a like. That really helps the algorithm recommend our content to more people. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. In the next block, we'll explore how Spiritism can transform our relationships. Get ready for more valuable insights coming your way. Let's keep the conversation going by diving into something that touches everyone: human relationships. After all, who hasn't had issues with family, friends, or at work, right? Well, Spiritism has a lot to teach us about how to deal with others and, as a result, find more inner peace. One of the most powerful teachings of Spiritism is love for others. But hold up, it's not that cheesy love from TV shows. It's a deeper love, based on understanding that we're all spirits evolving at our own pace, each with our own struggles and challenges. Think about it like this: every person who crosses our path is like a mirror. They're there to teach us something about ourselves. That coworker who drives you crazy, they might be teaching you patience. That family member who's always criticizing you, maybe they're helping you develop self-confidence. Get the idea? Spiritism teaches us to look beyond appearances, to see the immortal spirit behind each person. When we start doing that, it becomes much easier to have empathy, to be understanding, and yes, to love others as we love ourselves. But what about when someone hurts us? That's where another fundamental concept of Spiritism comes in: forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for achieving inner peace. But be careful. Forgiving doesn't mean accepting the wrong or letting someone hurt you again. Forgiving is about freeing yourself, cutting the ties that keep you bound to resentment. Think of forgiveness as spiritual house cleaning. You're clearing away all the grudges and bad feelings that weigh you down and stop you from moving forward. Pretty awesome, right? Spiritism also teaches us about the importance of self-transformation. We can't change others, but we can change ourselves. And when we change, our relationships automatically start to shift. It's like a domino effect. You improve, and that positive energy spreads to those around you. Here's a cool way to think about it. Your relationships are like a garden. Each person is a different plant, needing unique care to bloom. Spiritism teaches us to be patient, loving gardeners, nurturing each relationship with understanding, forgiveness, and love. Now, I have an exercise for you. Think about someone you have trouble getting along with. How would it feel to look at that person as a spirit in evolution, just like you? How could you practice more empathy and understanding in that relationship? Reflect on it for a bit, and if you feel comfortable, share your thoughts in the comments. I love seeing you put these concepts into practice. Understanding and applying these teachings to our relationships is a huge step toward inner peace. When we learn to deal with others with more love and understanding, we free ourselves from so much emotional weight and open up space for good things to enter our lives. But remember, this is a process. Change doesn't happen overnight. The important thing is to be patient with yourself and keep going. Over time, you'll notice how your relationships start to transform and how much peace that brings to your heart. Before we move on to the next block, I want to thank everyone who stayed with me so far. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You might just help someone else transform their relationships with these reflections. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the perfect time. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. In the next block, we're going to talk about how Spiritism helps us deal with life's adversities. Get ready for even more valuable insights. Now it's time to talk about something everyone can relate to: how to deal with life's difficulties. After all, who hasn't faced tough moments, right? Spiritism offers a very insightful perspective on this, one that can really help us in our quest for inner peace. First, let's understand something. In the Spiritist view, difficulties are not punishments or divine retribution. They are opportunities for learning and growth. It's like life is a big school, and each challenge is a different lesson. Cool, huh? Think of it this way. That stressful work issue that's driving you crazy? It might be an opportunity to develop patience and resilience. Losing someone dear? As painful as it is, It could teach you about letting go and appreciating the people around you more deeply. You see the pattern? Spiritism teaches us that nothing happens by chance. Every experience we live through has a larger purpose for our spiritual growth. When we start to see things from this perspective, it becomes much easier to face problems without losing our inner peace. But hold up. This doesn't mean we should just sit back and let things happen. Quite the opposite. Spiritism encourages us to be the main characters in our own story. The idea is to face challenges head-on, learning and growing from them. One powerful tool that Spiritism offers to help us deal with adversity is prayer. But don't worry, it's not about reciting memorized prayers without feeling. In the Spiritist view, prayer is a sincere moment of connection with the spiritual plane, an intimate conversation with God or higher spirits. Here's something interesting. Think of prayer as a direct call to the universe's technical support. When you pray, you're not just asking for help. You're also opening yourself up to receive guidance and strength to face your challenges. Pretty cool, right? Another important point is trust in divine justice. Spiritism teaches us that there's an order in the universe and that everything happens for a reason. This doesn't mean we should accept injustices passively, but rather that we can trust that, in the end, everything will balance out. Now, let me give you something to think about. Consider a challenge you're facing right now. How would it feel to look at it as an opportunity for growth? What might this situation be teaching you? Reflect on that for a bit, and if you feel like it, share your thoughts in the comments. I love seeing how you all apply these concepts in real life. Understanding and applying the Spiritist perspective on adversity can completely transform how we face problems. Instead of feeling like victims of circumstances, we start seeing ourselves as learners, always evolving. But remember, this is a process. We can't change our mindset overnight. The key is to be patient with ourselves and keep going. Over time, you'll see how your approach to challenges shifts and how much peace it brings to your heart. Before we move on to the final block, I want to thank everyone who's stuck with me so far. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. You might just help someone face their challenges better with these reflections. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's the perfect time. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. In the next block, we'll tie all these concepts together and talk about how to apply them in your daily life. Get ready for more valuable insights. We've finally reached the last block of our discussion on how Spiritism can help us find inner peace. Now, it's time to tie everything together and figure out how to apply these concepts in our daily lives. Let's go. First step, self-knowledge. Spiritism teaches us that, to evolve, we need to deeply know ourselves. How about starting a spiritual journal? Write down your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. Over time, you'll notice patterns and areas where you need improvement. Second step, practice charity. But hold on. It's not just about giving money to those in need. Charity in Spiritism is about helping others in every way possible. It could be a smile, a comforting word, or even forgiving someone. The more good we do, the more inner peace we gain. Third step, constant study. Spiritism highly values knowledge. How about setting aside some time each day to read a Spiritist book or watch a lecture? The more you understand about the spiritual side of life, the more tools you'll have to deal with daily challenges. Fourth step, meditation and prayer. We already touched on the importance of prayer, right? Try to build a daily habit of meditating and praying. It helps you connect with your inner self and the spiritual plane. It's like recharging your spiritual batteries. Fifth step, inner reform. This one is the toughest but also the most crucial. Inner reform is the process of identifying our flaws and actively working to improve them. It's the classic idea. Want to change the world? Start by changing yourself. Sixth step, cultivate detachment. Spiritism teaches that we are eternal beings and that nothing material is permanent. Practicing detachment helps us focus on what truly matters, our spiritual evolution. Now, check this out. Think of these steps as a workout for your spirit. Just like we exercise to strengthen our bodies, these steps are exercises to strengthen our soul. Pretty cool, huh? And don't forget, the spiritual journey is individual and everyone has their own pace. Don't push yourself too hard, and don't compare yourself to others. The key is to take one step at a time with consistency and love. So, which of these steps do you think would be the most challenging for you to put into practice? And which one are you already doing without even realizing it? Take a moment to reflect on that, and if you feel like it, share your thoughts in the comments. I love seeing you interact and exchange experiences. Always remember, inner peace isn't a destination, it's a journey. Spiritism offers us a map for that journey, but it's up to each of us to take the steps. With patience, persistence, and love, I'm sure we can all find the peace we're searching for. All right, folks, we've reached the end of our discussion on how Spiritism can help us find inner peace. I hope these reflections have touched your heart and inspired you to dive deeper into Spiritist teachings. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and spread this message to more people. In our next video, we're going to dive even deeper into these concepts. So, activate the notification bell so you don't miss it. Now, let's move on to our conclusion, where we'll wrap up everything we've talked about today. Get ready for the final message. Folks, we've come to the end of today's journey into the fascinating world of Spiritism. I truly hope these reflections have planted a seed of peace in each of your hearts. Remember, inner peace isn't something we achieve overnight. It's a constant journey of self-discovery, love for others, and spiritual growth. Spiritism offers us valuable tools for this path, but it's up to each of us to put them into practice. If there's one thing I want you to take from this video, it's this: you're not alone. We are all evolving spirits, learning and growing together. In tough times, remember this and seek strength through your connection with the spiritual plane. Now, I really want to know what you thought. Drop a comment below telling me what impacted you the most and how you plan to apply these teachings in your life. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can build an amazing community of people seeking growth and inner peace. See you in the next video, everyone. Sending lots of light to all of you.